This is the Tom Bigby Tales, and I'm your host, Shannon Evans. I write about a small town in northeast Mississippi called Columbus, and sometimes I write about the rest of the state. This episode is actually someone else's story, but in honor of my birthday, St. Patrick's Day, I thought this was a lovely story to tell, and it's all about the luck of the Irish. I'm going to be reading this from the perspective of my friend, and these are his ancestors, and this is his story. Leon Cicero Ellis was the first in his family to complete high school, after which he packed his bags and headed to Chicago to enter college, and then to attend and graduate from medical school at what is now Rush University. Chicago is about an 8-hour train ride north of Possum Town, what we call Columbus, and over his collegiate years, I am sure Doc made that trip many a time. During one of those visits home, Leon proposed to his high school sweetheart, and they made plans to be married after he completed med school. But that was before he met and was immediately smitten with Nana. Her name was Ina Marguerite Egan, soon to be Ellis. Nana was one of 4 daughters born in Seattle, Washington, to young Irish immigrants. Their mother was tragically killed in a house fire in Hartford, Connecticut when the sisters were still quite young. The mother, Mary, rushed in a burning house to save a neighbor's child, and she suffered significant burns and died. The girls shouldered on together with their father, basically caring for themselves. By the time my grandparents met, Nana was a cashier at the med school's cafeteria, and it is easy to imagine my grandfather wasting no time catching her eye with all the southern charm he could muster, something I've been told he had in abundance. The sparks must have burst quickly into a blazing flame because within a matter of months they decided to elope, just before Doc, the name his Possum Town patients were soon to give him, graduated from med school. With his diploma in hand and his new bride on his arm, they traveled by train home, Doc's last trip from Chicago, and Nana's, an Irish Catholic Yankee suffragette's, first trip to the South. And that trip together in each other's arms was made without anyone in Possum Town knowing they were married. When they arrived at the Possum Town train station, my great-grandparents were there in their buggy, and in a separate buggy was Doc's betrothed. I can only imagine the awkward silence and strained looks that greeted them as everyone there became aware of this new reality. At that moment, my great-grandparents made a very wise decision. They told Doc to get in their buggy, and they told Nana to get in the other young woman's buggy for the long ride at sunset to their plantation. Just the 2 of them. During that long ride, I am sure that my grandparents had a few choice words for Doc. I'm also sure that he defended his decision to marry Nana, if not his regrettable disregard for their feelings and those of his former fiancée. The 2 buggies stayed a considerable distance apart, neither able to hear what was transpiring in the other. Doc and his parents arrived at the plantation first, and it was a good hour before the other buggy arrived, to be met by lanterns in the dark. When it did, Nana stayed in the buggy to give the fiancé an opportunity to speak with Doc first. She had asked Nana for that chance. Dismounting from the buggy and walking straight to Doc and his parents, the fiancé stood there for a minute in silence and then looked Doc straight in the eyes and said, "Leon, you have married a very sweet and very remarkable woman. Now it's up to you to prove to all of us that you are worthy of her." And with that, she helped Nana disembark from the buggy, gave her a long embrace in front of everyone, climbed back in her buggy, and rode slowly out of their lives forever. Ina was born in 1891 in Seattle, Washington, and died 1978 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Her funeral was held at the Church of Annunciation in Columbus, Mississippi. It is said that it was such a large group that people filled the pews and lined the walls. Dr. Leon Cicero Ellis, a beloved physician in the town, was born in Lowndes County, Mississippi in 1887 and died in 1957. They are both buried beside each other in Beersheba Cemetery in eastern Lowndes County. They had 9 children, including Dr. Bernie Ellis Sr., my friend Bernie's dad. My friend Bernie is one of their 30 3 grandchildren. The fiancé's name, unfortunately, has been lost to history. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Bernie Ellis, one of Doc and Nana's 33 grandchildren. According to Bernie, having her genes and living soul in me is all the proof I need that the Irish are lucky and blessed too. Thanks, Bernie, for this fine St. Patrick's Day love story. Until next time.